We are talking with Liz Abunaw.
Abunaw.
I was close. She is the owner and operator of 40 Acres Fresh Market, which is a startup Chicago grocer. As you know, Chicago is still experiencing, even in 2018, food deserts. Now, I'm a South Sider. I thought it was bad on the South Side, but from what I understand, what Liz has informed me, that if it's bad on the South Side, it's even worse on the West Side when we're talking about choices. Liz, tell us more about what you are doing and why you are doing this.
So my goal is to open a everyday affordable cost produce market, a specialty market of sorts, where you come to get your produce, your fresh meat, some prepared food on the west side of Chicago, because it's a dearth of fresh food options. We were talking before we just went on air about how there's maybe one or two stores in the neighborhoods of Austin, Lawndale, Garfield, where people would even want to go shopping. A lot of the shopping choices, I've been in them.
And it's not
pretty.
Right.
Some of the food is rotting on the shelves. The stores themselves smell like death.
Liz, I can't stand being in a store. Years ago, there was an Aldi, and my family will tell you this. I went in an Aldi, and it just smelled so bad that I didn't go back in Aldi for the next 15 years until finally now Aldi is like very different.
Aldi is very different.
Yeah.
And Aldi is a great choice.
Yeah.
Their pricing pretty much almost can't be beat.
Okay.
However, their selection on produce is still rather paltry. So I went in there to buy greens, and they don't have collard greens, mustard greens, turnip greens. They'll have spinach.
And kale.
Maybe they'll have some kale. So it's a very limited selection at an Aldi. So it is everyday low price, but you don't get the full abundance of what you'd get at a Jewel or a Pete's or a Mariano's or a Whole Foods.
But your concept, you would have...
I have everything.
Everything.
So right now, 40 Acres Fresh Market is in operation, but it's not as a stand brick and mortar store. We operate as pop-up markets. So I pop up a full produce market with a variety of anywhere from 70 to 80 fruits and vegetables in locations on the west side of Chicago. So we've been at Sankofa Cultural Arts and Business Center. That was our first pop-up market back in January of this year.
Okay.
We've been at St. Paul Lutheran School, also in the Austin neighborhood. I've actually had the most markets in Maywood. Maywood lost its last store. It was an Aldi in 2016.
Yes.
And several customers and people that I had interviewed while trying to get this up and running kept saying, you need to check out Maywood. You need to check out Maywood. And so one of my customers was from Maywood, said the same thing. So I finally decided to listen, and she put me in touch with trustee Isaiah Brandon. And 1, 2, 3, he got me into the village, got us space to actually pop up a market, and we've been doing it monthly ever since there.
So tell me the story, the way in which you're doing the pop-up stores and your concept. You would have all of the fresh fruits and vegetables that are necessary. You would also have a butcher, so you can get good, clean, fresh meats.
Yes.
Prepared foods, which would be more hot food or smoothie?
So both. So
okay.
I've done a lot of market research at grocery stores in the suburbs, at grocery stores on the south side. I've kind of scoped out the Whole Foods out in Englewood.
Okay.
They have an amazing smoothie bar. I don't know I don't know the guy's name, but he made me the best smoothie I have ever had in my life.
Okay.
I still think about that smoothie.
Okay.
And it's at a reasonable cost. I think they're like $5 or $6 for their smoothies. And so people like that. You can take the fruit that's right there in the store and blend it up and make delicious. It's almost as filling as a meal, depending upon what you put in it at a smoothie bar. And then for the prepared food, you're right, it would be hot food, anything from greens to have you ever had cauliflower mac and cheese?
I haven't had that yet.
Yeah, so instead of using all the cream, you can blend cauliflower with a non-dairy source and put in all of your aromatics and flavorings into the cauliflower and use that as the sauce in the mac and cheese.
Okay.
And it's absolutely
But see,
delicious.
The point is that you're giving people options just to have real food.
Exactly.
And to not have to go to gas stations to pick up chips.
It's not just the gas stations. It's the It's the fast food places, it's the fried food
Yeah.
places, it's the corner store where you can, have them fry up the fish or fry up the chicken. It's just not the healthiest food options.
Right.
And so what I want is a store where everything is fresh and you're coming in there for that freshness, but at an everyday, affordable, low cost.
So with your store, would it be more the European model where you really wouldn't shop for a lot of things at one time? You would kind of, I don't know what it's called, pay as you go for smaller meals.
It's funny you mentioned that.
Okay.
So back in winter of 2014, remember that Siberia winter? I wasn't here for it.
Okay.
I was studying abroad in Paris,
Okay.
and that's exactly how I shopped. I went to a meat place for my meat. I went to a cheese place for my cheeses. I went to another store for all of my fruits. And then there would be one small market for my dry grocery items. I lost a lot of weight that year,
Okay.
actually, eating that way. And that's basically what I'm trying to bring here. We would have I envision a store that pretty much has everything except for a lot of the dry grocery items. So not a ton of canned goods, the paper products, all of that stuff. You'd probably go to a Jewel or someplace else to get, but you come specifically to my store for your fresh stuff.
So you are addressing the needs of our community, and the pop-up store. You have been also at the Senior Suites of Austin.
Yes.
What has that been like?
I love seniors.
Yeah.
They're my best customers.
And they get it.
They get it immediately because it harkens back to a lot from where they're from or where their parents are from. They grew up cooking collards on Saturday or Sunday, so they will run me for greens. They will take me out of my squash.
Everything.
They take all the fruit. They love all the vegetables, everything from celery to beets. They really love beets. So what happened is I had called over to the Senior Suites of Austin to advertise for the market I was having in February out in Austin, saying, hey, you should let the seniors know, maybe they can come over, and got convinced to actually come to them and pop up a market at their location specifically for the seniors. It's private for them, and sometimes like their families will come, and they shop right there in the place that they live.
We are on with Liz
Abunaw.
And you know what? I'm going to get that right. It's, the spelling. I get names that are different.
I kind of mess it up sometimes, too.
Yourself? Okay.
Yeah, my dad has the accent. So
okay. Can do it. She is the owner and operator of 40 Acres Fresh Market. Very excited about this because we have to change our eating habits. It's just a necessity. We have to harken back to when we went to farms and that type of thing. We want to do it. Because this is a necessity, we want to do it in the least expensive possible way. And we didn't even talk about that. Your prices are crazy reasonable. But we are going to take this quick break, and we will be back right after this. We are on with Liz Abunaw, owner and operator of 40 Acres Fresh Market, which is a startup Chicago grocer. So we were talking about the pricing earlier, because she's not just doing this to make this huge profit. She is actually trying to make it affordable for people who need it the most. When she was at the Sankofa Cultural Arts and Business, she carried a full selection of fresh fruits and vegetables at an everyday low price that saved her customers 25% or more versus shopping at larger retailers. Liz, we were talking about something when we were off the air. It is an expectation for African American people that they have to have a car. We never look into the reasons why. We have great CTA public transportation that will take you just about anywhere around the city. Mm-hmm. They're constantly building on that. But one of the reasons why we are so reliant on our cars is because we don't have what we need in our neighborhood.
Absolutely.
It is like our expectation, I don't have it. I'm not even going to think about it. I like going on the trip outside of my neighborhood, going someplace else to buy groceries, to buy necessities, to do all of these things. You're trying to put an end to that. Tell me more.
Okay, so in my neighborhood, I live about a mile from a Mariano's.
Okay.
If it was further, I'd have to take 2 buses to get there.
Okay.
Who wants to do grocery shopping or carry a grocery
with those carts?
With the carts or carrying all those bags on 2 buses? It's not convenient. So if you don't have a car, where are you going to shop?
That's right.
And then one of the things I also notice is that there's this misconception that black people don't buy groceries, that black people don't buy fresh food. Studies have shown we actually shop just as much as people who live in neighborhoods that are like a food oasis.
Okay.
We shop just as much. We just have to go further in order to do it. And so what happens is those dollars leave our community. That business that is in Oak Park or that business that is downtown or wherever it else is you're shopping is getting that money. Those neighborhoods are getting those tax dollars. Those jobs are going to those neighborhoods. And so one of the most important things about keeping those dollars in your neighborhood is that it doesn't just help that business, it helps the whole entire economic ecosystem.
That's right. And then also, when you continue to shop outside of your neighborhood, there's this false claim that businesses won't survive within it's just this horrible cycle.
Exactly.
We eat vegetables. We eat fruits. I remember going to farms.
Right here.
I remember going to farms as a child and getting fruits and vegetables for the entire community. There are people who are doing that right now. They are doing that for their neighbors and the community.
Yeah.
So I think we've got to support you. We have got, and I don't know what is the best way for us to support what you are doing.
There's several ways.
Okay.
The first one, the most important one, is please come to a market. I actually have markets going on this weekend. The first one is in Maywood at the Maywood Multipurpose Building at 200 South 5th Avenue. I'll be there from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. So it's a full day.
Full day.
With a full selection market. And then we'll also have Chef Amaryllis Griffin doing food sampling and demo and also selling lunch plates from, I believe, 10 to noon.
And you know what? It's so funny you said that. If you are someone in the community who has to get out of the fast food race because it's so convenient, number one, it's extremely expensive in the long run. Even in the short run, it's extremely expensive, more expensive than cooking your own foods.
Absolutely.
But number two, with all these wonderful fresh food offerings, I was hoping you were going to have someone there, a chef, to get us back to what are the recipes that work.
Yeah, so actually we do a lot with food education.
Okay.
Because it wasn't just, try to put a store in a neighborhood or pop up in a neighborhood and that's it. I understood very early that there's going to be some people who get it like that.
Yeah.
And then there's going to be other people who think, okay, that's cool, but I don't know what to do with an eggplant. Mm-hmm. Heck, most of the time I didn't know what to do with an eggplant.
Right.
So I reached out to local chefs and caterers and told them what I was doing and said, hey, can you please come to my market? You can do free vending if you'll do sampling and food demo. And we've had some excellent chefs. We've had Chef Regina Thomas Dillard from Inner Sanctum Wellness. She comes and she's done vegan meals with us.
Okay.
I've had egg rolls, etc. They have this amazing turkey and collard green egg rolls, so it's like fresh egg rolls. They've been amazing. I've almost been threatened that I'm not allowed to come back to Maywood without her.
Okay.
Her egg rolls are that
Don't
good.
come back.
And so now I'm working, like I said, with Chef Amaryllis Griffin. I'll be also working with Chef Tiffany, she's actually been on, I believe, that Chicago morning show on ABC. I forgot. We were just talking about with Val.
Oh, yeah. Windy City Live.
Windy City Live. Gosh, I couldn't remember.
Okay.
So she's been on that, and she's absolutely phenomenal. So she'll be at my Sunday market. We're doing Broadview on Sunday at Schroeder Park from noon to 6.
How do people get in touch with you?
You can reach me on email at 40, that's the word 40, FORTY, acres, ACRES, freshmarket@gmail.com. That's the best way to reach me.
Okay. And to see your schedule and that type of thing.
So the schedule is on Facebook, on our Facebook page, which is at the number 40 Acres Fresh Market.
At 40. I hope that we're going to put a link to that on WVON.
I hope so too.
Yeah. And one more thing that we discussed. You have found a way to make sure you waste no food. So people are buying it in crazy amounts, but What are you doing with the leftovers?
So because we buy wholesale to keep our prices low, the quantities on wholesale are just huge. Like I was telling you, a case of potatoes is 50 pounds. That's just a lot to sell through in a day or two. So what we've done is we've partnered with local Chicago food pantries in order to create this donation mechanism called Blessing Baskets. So people who want to support 40 Acres Fresh Market, it kind of started with my friends. They make a pledge of any amount, like $5, $10, $20. I've had friends donate $100. And I use that money to buy up my excess inventory and then donate all of that to Chicago Food Pantry. So right now we're working with Breakthrough Urban Ministries over in East Garfield Park.
Great.
And so anytime somebody makes a Blessing Basket donation, the food that's purchased goes right to Breakthrough Urban Ministries Fresh Market. And the great thing that I learned about this is that a lot of food pantries, you'll think, well, they already have food, but they get a lot of canned goods. They get a lot of box goods. They don't get a lot of fresh food.
There's nothing like fresh food. That is the thing that will keep you healthy and keep your body regenerating itself. Liz, it's been a pleasure. First of all, meeting you again, because we have met before, which was, she really walks the talk, but you get the last word.
Wow, thank you. Didn't expect that. I just really ask that anybody who is interested, please follow us on Facebook. Come out to a market. We'll be at the Boombox in Austin on Chicago Avenue the entire month of July. So please come out and just give us a chance to earn your business. I don't expect to be supported just because I'm here. I just ask for the chance to make you a customer, make you a repeat customer. So thank you.
That is Liz Abunaw of 40 Acres Fresh Market. We're going to steal you from the west side. I'm just letting you know. We need you over here on the south side.